Okay, boy, this YouTube setup. Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out Alien Isolation on Series X. Now this is running through backwards compatibility. There's no native Series X version, but what backwards compatibility did add was a option to run the game in 120 hertz. So if your system's set up to run in 120 hertz, this is one of the games that actually runs at that frequency. Now, obviously, for folks viewing at home, you're not going to be able to see 120 hertz. That's strictly on my end, and until the streaming services come up with some way for me to reliably stream at that frequency, obviously I'm not going to be able to do that for you. But I'll just report to you on whether we notice any anomalies or anything like that, and how good the head tracking. Oh, allows the Connect sensor to be used for head tracking. Yes, well, sure, a lot of people are using that, huh? So yeah, I mean, I'll let you know on my end how it is. And hopefully that'll be good for everyone. And what do we got for audio? Subtitles on, please. And I think we're good. I don't think I've ever finished this game. I think now I officially own it on all the platforms. So this was the last one. And it's on sale if you have a Game Pass. So yeah, there you go. $32 gets you the whole thing, with the expansion packs and everything. So yeah, let's review. No, no need on stupid head tracking. I don't even own a Connect. Does anybody even own a Connect? Can you even hook a Connect up to the Series X? I don't know. No, I don't have a Connect. Seriously? Uh, Medium. I just hate playing on medium because it's generally harder than I like. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I mean, I play a ton of games, so I'm not like particularly good at games. I just can play a lot of them. Not that that's surprising to anybody who's ever watched any of my videos. Yeah, I love this. I love this game. It is a shame that in its initial release window, that it wasn't as successful as the publisher had hoped. I think it's done well afterwards, but yeah, initially not so much. Obviously, unfortunately the full motion video cinemas, those are all still in 30 frames, barely 30 frames. I mean, it feels like they rendered in 24 frames and scaled to 30. So this part looks a little funny in 120 hertz, mainly because it's the TV doing the interpolation versus the native video being 120 hertz. Or I guess the Xbox doing the interpolation. No. Is it a depot? I know what a depot is. Well, the subtitles are still pretty damn small. Smaller than humans can really read. Certainly if you're watching this on your phone. Yeah, oddly enough, the image quality on the Switch tends to be like just kind of the overall best looking version of this game outside of PC. Um, Mainly because there's a bit of fuzziness introduced in the way they did the conversion. So a lot of lines that were maybe you see a couple alias, some aliasing here and there, don't really appear very well on the Switch. They look a little smoother. Lots of reasons for that, but yeah, obviously the Switch can't do 120 hertz, so that's why we're not playing it there. And I may not finish this. I think everybody's seen this game. Oh, okay, wow, okay, that's drastic. Certainly going from 30 frames to 120 frames makes a difference. Yeah, it's even interesting in versus 60 frames. Please sign in. Let's explore. Of course, lots of attention to detail. You can tell fans of the movie made this game. Hardcore fans, obviously, not just regular fans. Verlaine, you on the lookout for a navigational officer? I have a friend that's just lost his ship and he's looking for work. I can vouch for him. He's got good papers. Same old story, the megacorps undercut him, picked up all his clients. Contracts are getting harder to come by for the smaller companies, and I'm thinking of getting out myself while I still have something to sell. Sounds like you're doing okay, though. Dropped by the docks and heard you just shipped out. Sevastopol station. What a shithole. Still, I hear Wayland Yutani pays well. Good luck to you. If you can't beat him, then right. Let's catch up when you get back, Blaine. Ugh, awful snarky Blaine for a deadbeat. Registration points. Use registration points to manually save your progress. They will warn you of something coming to gobble your butt. Just the butt, though. Alien likes fat. Not much of a muscle person, the alien. Objective completed. Get dressed. It's interesting. You get dressed and then you find the shower. I'm just assuming there's a missing cutscene with you getting undressed. Would make any sense for you to hop in there while you're still fully dressed? Oh, that's right here. Yeah, it's just incredibly smooth. With the only blemishes being the occasional aliasing artifact you see here and there. If they could have worked out some different artifacts or anti-aliasing solution, that would have been ideal. But again, it's backwards compatibility. There's no native code. I'm assuming if there was ever demand and they wanted to report this or remaster it, then that probably wouldn't be a thing that would happen. The artifacting wouldn't be there. But it is not that. The whole trip kind of screwed Taylor, honestly. I could imagine she would want to quit after going on this trip. Again, of course, attention to detail. This is all the future technology, from the 70s. Obviously, things will look different if Alien was made today. The whole paneling and overall look, I'm sure, would be incredibly different. But it's nice to see that they really preserved everything, the materials, generally the lighting, overall mood. I just think it's hard to sell an Alien game because the alien is very scary, and not a lot of people like to be scared. I don't either. I don't like playing these games. I mean, I don't like being scared. Objective complete. But my mail. To Taylor. RE Nostromo Incident Weyland-Yutani File DS 9398476. Hey Taylor, I got your case request. It may take me a while to dig out the files, and the incident happened before my time at the company, so I'm a bit fuzzy on the details. In 2122, the Weyland-Yutani cargo vessel USC SS Nostromo went missing. No trace was found of its cargo or crew. Apart from a new science officer, the rest of the crew had worked together before. 7 in all. Dallas the captain, Ash the science officer, Kane, or is it Kane with a C, executive officer, Ripley, warrant officer, Lambert, navigation officer, Parker, chief engineer, Brett, engineer, technician. Weyland-Yutani has lost a lot of money from it. It's a bit of a black mark on in the history. Get the impression they don't like to mention it. Anyway, I'll try to find the files later, clarify some of the points. If you want, I can help you go through them. Maybe some of your luck will rub off on me. I hear upstairs has an eye on you for something big. Let's see. Torrance Manifest, MSC, or MSV 7760 Torrance, M-Class Starship, Captain Verlaine Diane, Navigation Comm, Officer Connor William, Owner Verlaine Diane, Contractor Weyland-Yutani. Outbound and return transportation for Weyland-Yutani retrieval team to Sevastopol Station. Team consists of 3 Weyland-Yutani employees: Samuels, C. Ripley, A. Taylor. Samuels, Ripley, and Taylor. Passengers: Samuels, Christopher, Ripley, Amanda, Taylor, Nina. Number of decks 2. Number of crew 2. Interstellar communications antenna, long haul hypersleep chamber, commercial passenger cargo ship retrofitted from a tow rig, retains operational heavy duty tow umbilical. Right. All that dirty stuff that people who are really into this would like to know. I Am Too. Alien's probably one of my favorite films of all time, but I'm even with it being my favorite film, I would never dive that deep into the lore. Got things to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a shame they couldn't have done these cinemas in real time, because it does look significantly worse than the in-game engine, strangely enough. I mean, I would still do a spacewalk, but yeah, I'd probably panic. Get over it after the first minute, but the first minute feels like a week. Hold on to what? It's space. Taylor, swiftly. I mean, quickly. No. That's how I feel in the morning. Roll out of bed. Find help. Lilu multipass. Manually save. Why can't the aliasing is so... It's so distracting in an otherwise, visually stunning game. However, we want to talk about the motion with the at 120 hertz, and it's very nice. Obviously, you're sacrificing resolution at 120 hertz, and the original game didn't. I don't believe the original game ran at at a full 1080 on the one. I don't know, I might be mistaken on that. But you know, it really only targeted 30 frames in that generation. So seeing it in, you know, 120 is you know, obviously drastically different. Of course, on PC, that's you know, no surprise on that. You could force your card to refresh at 120 hertz, but it did make the image seem a little less stable, a little less smooth because of that. I think there are fixes, fan fixes that address that though. But yeah, still an excellent looking game. It doesn't have that weird softness that was present in the original Xbox One release. You know, visually, the PlayStation 4 version did look better, look sharper. But now, if you have a Series X, you can kind of enjoy the a better looking game. Kind of a high price to pay for that, but there you go. Yeah, I hope there's interest in the game to get a native, PS5 or Series X app. You know, a lot of people play this game for Halloween. You know, it's an appropriately, disturbing and scary game. Like I said, I think I get stuck in this game fairly often, which to me is the thing that suspends me from playing it because I just want to experience something that's suitably scary with all the atmosphere of Alien, and then if I feel like I'm stuck, like I'm playing a Metroid game, then it totally pulls me away and it just frustrates me. So I just end up not playing because of that. Really, if they could have found some way to still keep the ship large, but maybe the navigation a little easier and the objectives a little bit more clear, I would probably stick with it more often. Oh well, neither here nor there. I mean, a lot of people don't have those same complaints. It's just my playstyle just doesn't match the designer's playstyle. Use terminals to update the map with unexplored areas. Use double box. Open the map. Yes. Oh, should have said yes. Not sure what I was thinking there. Pump it up. Must restore power. My power. Still feel it's kind of too dark for its own good. I mean, you kind of lose the atmosphere if you are just like stumbling your way through the game too. I don't feel that's a good alternative. It's such a common thing in horror, though, is just to make it so completely dark you can't see anything. But again, as a gamer, that just makes it frustrating. It doesn't really make it atmospheric. Let's see. Power junction. Restore power. People? Oh, I suppose I should, here, let's do this. Langy, if you're looking for our stash, I've moved it. You left it right out in the open for where anyone could have taken it. Jesus, do you know what I had to do to get it? I've hidden it in one of the storerooms. You should be able to find it. The code is 0340. Don't worry, no one goes down to the terminal anymore. Not after what happened. Also, we're out of meds and low on water, so you're going to need to get some. It's your turn. Maybe it'll teach you to take care of your stuff in the future. Goodbye from Seeks, and we've had a long journey together, but sadly it's coming to an end. Seeks and Corp would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you who worked and lived at Sevastopol over the years, and hopes that Seekson has helped to make it a productive and rewarding environment. Our investment and belief in the station has never wavered. Be sure that Seekson's Apollo Central AI and Working Joe androids will be there to serve Sevastopol until the last rivet is removed. We wish you the very best for the future. After all, Seekson isn't just a station, it's people. Like Soylent Green. Kill the power. Yeah, if anything, just the motion, just panning the camera left and right. I mean, that's very, very nice looking. Yeah, I do feel 120 hertz is the future, more so than higher resolution. I know the section isn't a big deal once you know that you're safe for this entire section. But the alien does come into play a little bit later. Kind of at a surprising point too. Not really where you'd expect it. Which is good. Why did the blast shields come on? I also like to play this not running all the time too. I think that feels more atmospheric. I know after a while I'll start running around a lot, especially on areas that I've already been. But I think initially I just like the feeling of the walking animation. We need help. Help. Whew. I'm a woman with flair. Zoe, I'm sorry, but I won't need you to come but I won't need you to come in next week. As you know, the store has been in trouble for some time now, and I couldn't hold off the creditors any longer. There's just no one coming to Sevastopol anymore. It's not just us either. Sounds like the whole station is in the red, and they're pulling the plug. Going to sell it off for scrap. I guess. I was speaking to one of the engineers, and he reckons they'll announce it soon. I'm telling you this so you don't stick around looking for another job. Sevastopol's finished. Time to move on. Harper. To all spaceflight employees, in the interest of public safety and prevention of panic, it must be made clear that all potential passengers that there are currently no scheduled flights leaving Sevastopol, nor ships available. The Colonial Marines are investigating problems on the station and will update accordingly from the Office of Marshal Waits. What is Apollo? Apollo is the central AI that monitors and provides guidance for all of Seegson's working Joes on Sevastopol. Apollo also oversees all communication on the station, so wherever you are, you know you're in safe hands. Seegson tomorrow together. And bankrupt. Yeah, lots and lots of good sound cues. And they really nailed it. They nailed it on everything, you know, the graphics, the music, the sound, voice acting. The plot's very straightforward, but, you know, Alien's plot was also very straightforward. I don't think there's a lot of materials you gather here yet. Oh God, I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm so exhausted. But I kind of want to cover a fair number of the horror games that I have over the next day or two. I don't know if I'll necessarily be able to be on at night for Halloween, or at least I don't think it's going to work out. So, trying to get that content in now, so you have something to watch if you happen to be indoors. I know, I always turn around and miss the thing that they want to scare you. It's so typical how I play. Yeah, I wish Microsoft could put some more people on the frame boost team, because it is nice when they can get the frame rate boosted up with not too much work required from the original developers, or in this case, no work. You know, it was all done through the native APIs and just some optimization. Of course, I understand that not all games can get a frame rate boost. It's obviously going to be some limitations here and there. It's coming from work. Let's see here. It's the problem when I get up early in the morning. Not on call. I'll have to hop on though. Let's see what they leave for a message. I may have to cut the session short. I'm never not on call, so. But that is the reason why things work 24 hours, is because people are always working some 24 hours. So, you know, just think about that whenever you're using your phone or using a service at night. You know, it's all kind of related to people staying up at night, taking care of emergencies. You know, the whole thing isn't robots yet. Still a lot of people involved. So I do find it funny when people they're not fond of like nerdy types. It's like, well, you know, without those nerdy types, your cell phone wouldn't work 24 hours. All the all your pictures that you're posting to all of the rest of the world wouldn't be working. He had a good day. Wow, that looks like a nice nap actually. You know, just like the buildings you go into wouldn't be clean without people working overnight, willing to do work that maybe you wouldn't be satisfied with. Maintenance jack. Did I find that one of those here? I honestly can't remember. It's been so long since I played this game. And like I said, there's a point where I just get stuck, and then if I get stuck too long, and I just like lose interest. Kind of feeling that way about Castlevania Harmony of Distance, to be honest with you. Maintenance jack. Fuck the Marshals. Yeah, oh, what a terrible movie. Yeah, I just upset a lot of people. I love that movie. It's nice. Any stuff? Looking for stuff. Stuff to procure for my tinkering habits. Wrecked him. Nearly killed him. Or die. Could also die. Yeah, it's too bad EA didn't decide to put work into the backwards compatible Dead Space games. Would have been nice to get that some Dead Space work done before the holiday. But EA does what EA will do, which is generally not as much as we'd like them to. Other than pumping out Battlefield and Need for Speed games. Oh, and American sports games. I think it'd be interesting to see what happens to FIFA, since the license for FIFA has recently jumped up quite a bit. which is funny to think about because I think the organization knows that they can get they can get that money, and that EA is earning that money that the license fee is they're asking for in licensing fees. But knowing EA, they won't pay up, and so we'll get generic football 2022. See if that harms the FIFA games for EA or not. They also thought of the same things with Madden, John Madden football. It's kind of synonymous with the EA football games, American football. But at the same time, people, EA execs were wondering if the Madden name really meant anything anymore. Obviously he's not working as a broadcaster. Hi, need some help? I think you used that the wrong way. I don't think it's meant to go into your stomach. Man, just let it go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do need it more than him. Okay, what do you gotta say? Oh well, they gotta straighten out the doors somehow. Takes a couple years though. Then you gotta put retainers in after that. Talking about the same braces, right? Hey, look, dead guy. It works just fine. You were just a little bitch with him. No wonder you're dead. What kind of jigsaw puzzle is that? My God. Spend the next eon trying to put that together. Remember those blocks from Soma, another game that I wish somebody would work on. It's one of those games that really deserves to be played, but it is pretty unusual. They got some compounds out of him. Was there anything here? I don't think there was. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's most noticeable when you're just horizontally panning. How much the frame rate is boosted. I mean, it's just so really smooth. Wait, what did you say? I don't know how to turn around. Oh, it's a turn. I heard ton though. I mean, your last name. I know your first name's Jackass. Exit the station. Let's exit. What a lie. Ain't no exit here. Somebody gotta change the label of that door. Hey. Yeah, I'll be right there. So, he's right. My name is actually Yana. He's been mispronouncing it for years, but I still stay with him. I hear a save. Oh yeah, definitely better than that movie. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching Alien Isolation. We're running this on the Series X, although again, this is native place or Xbox One code. But Microsoft has done some work with this game, giving it a frame rate boost, so it actually runs higher. It runs at a higher frame rate than its initial release. So yeah, if you have a 120 hertz set and the appropriate cables and equipment, then you can run this at 120 hertz, and the difference is noticeable. The smoothness is definitely there, whereas the original release was only 30 hertz. So yeah, definitely check it out if you've never played it before. It's well worth your time and money. It's a fantastic game. Even if you're not into horror movies or horror games, I think while this is going to be a scary experience, I think it's also just in and of itself a nice adventure. So yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. Gotta check it out. And again, it's on a discounted price if you have Game Pass, or you can just download the base game without the expansions. That is part of Game Pass as well. So yeah, I want to play more, and hopefully I won't get stuck this time, and might see the end of this thing someday. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.